The most pressing is that Saber was sure that there would be evidence that would support his innocence in the face of these allegations. So use that time to turn his house upside down, looking for old hard drives, old phones, anything that may still hold those records.
And eventually we both floated the idea of being friends with benefits and looking at Carolina Gardens as a place where we could potentially hook up.
Oh my god. You guys have no idea how insane this new update is. Good evening everyone, we are back, or I'm back, to cover the SaberSpark drama one more time after nearly a month, 2 months, and I want you because, you know, this guy, the incredible channel of Copensieve, dropped a new update where some fucking way the SaberSpark found some more DMs, some more proof about what happened from back in 2012, over 10 years ago. Holy shit. I'm gonna be honest, if it was one thing I didn't expect to come from this, from Soul's story, it would be DMs. Because you remember, the main story was that, you know, they talked on Skype and they couldn't show any proof because the servers are dead. The proof for that is gone. It might have existed, but we just have no idea. However, now, I guess since the last video that Copensieve made, and I talked with SaberSpark, he dug up his fucking garage to find old hard drives and phone. And but some way, some like 1 in a million chance, he found the exact phone that he used to talk with Emily back from 2012. Holy fuck. I'll get into like the actual DMs in a second, but first I want to show this because it was so bizarre.
Upside down, looking for old hard drives, old phones, anything that may still hold those records. While there have been
Like I've no idea, you know, how many people actually like keep their phones after they stop using it, but thankfully this part actually saved them, in my opinion.
undoubtedly dead ends, Saber's actually
There we go. This fucking iPhone like had all the proof to save him. I mean, I think before like his whole career was already saved back 1 month ago, but these DMs, they vindicate him 100% because it paints the whole timeline, the whole connection, and it proves that Emily might have been lying or just delusional through this.
consistently documented the work he's done to prove his innocence. And timing being everything, Saber would actually only get a hold of these text messages the day Enter's video goes live.
That was so fortunate. That was so unfortunate. I mean, I will respect him, right? You know, if you remember in response, he made it very, you know, he made it very tame. He just very clearly that these allegations are false. That's it. If he said as well, like, you know, oh, I have the proof, you're just not with me right now, I think that would have hurt him a bit. And to be fair, I was also expecting this to a degree, because in his video, he made it very vague what happened. Like he just said very clearly, oh, they're false. Every hookup I've had before in the past was purely consensual. That's it. Like he didn't say, you know, if he never hooked up with Emily, or if it was, you know, consensual on his side and her as well. That's it. But I guess now, you know, it paints the whole story of how the hookups, the both of them that happened, but how it wasn't, you know, forced, and there was like a good relationship going on both sides. So I think I'll show like the whole DMs, the whole timeline, and go through them slowly. Because, okay, you know, to be fair, like this drama went from, you know, from like sexual assault allegations to now a very petty breakup between a young couple. Like, look for a second, they rubber band back and forth non-stop on whether or not they want to be friends or be a couple. So it's also on December 18th, 2012, after the second event at EQLA, if I remember correctly. Oh, and also to give some context, after the first hookup, when they had sex, Saber had like a pregnancy scare that she would have a child, his child. Then after the second one, where they met in November 2012, they cleared that up after doing a test, and it was all good. But then past that, you know, he wanted to separate from her, which is a different story, you know, that she painted. She made it seem like, you know, after that one, she slowly but surely pushed past him or tried to like disconnect from him. But you see in a second how he was the one to do it first, actually. Like she was being way more clingy on her side than him, actually. They keep on scrolling, and like right now they're arguing for a bit, but like around February and up to summer, yeah, they make up as friends. You know, but past that point, they just stop talking. There we go. You know, he forgives or whatever. I think there was the statement he made, you know, to apologize for being like, I'm sorry if I made it seem like I was playing with you and your emotions, whatever. Thank you, appreciate that. Lol, went well. I think now they're making up. I see, you know, oh, look at that, so cute. He sent her a good and a P emoji. So nice. Again, bear in mind, oh shit. See, yeah, bro, even then, so zoom in real quick, February 23, 2014, February 25, and like she's being very friendly with him. Look at this shit. Hi, enjoying the con. There you go, I followed you again, XD. Ugh, XD. But yeah, like this paints like a very clear picture that, you know, this was a couple that hooked up. This was like a friend with benefits hookup that are now, you know, being more friendly because they live very far apart. That's it. Very different from, you know, like the actual story that she made in a testimony with someone who raped her or sexually assaulted her. Like this seems very, very different, actually. My friends, whatever. Claire. Yeah, keep up to March. Up to fucking March. Holy shit. Again, in my opinion, you know, I think a victim, you know, of like a, what does that say? I need a hug around April. Well, there you go. I think any person that would be a victim of this, of sexual assault, they would steer away from their perpetrator, whatever, the person that did it to them. But even then, she's still talking with him, for whatever reason. Keep on going. Oh, that's well. Okay, if you want to be very charitable and say, you know, she has like Stockholm syndrome for him, then explain this part. Because she was going with somebody else. She was going out with somebody else called Solrak, whatever, and she was asking him, Saber, for some advice for a relationship. That's insane, dude. How and why? Why even? Okay, keep on going. Oh, here it goes. You know, you keep on talking. My god, dude, like she's just venting to him. Holy shit. I'm going. And they just keep on talking like friends. And you know, I think Becky will show like her own response after this, because the way that happened, right? He hinted that he had these on use on hand, but like, he didn't say outright. And then she gave this testimony here on the right about how she was like a people pleaser, and that's why I kept on talking with him for so long. But again, bear in mind, they kept on talking after December, January, February, over like 7 months, and like they didn't drop at all. Like he was the first one to cut the connections with her. So again, just to keep on talking. At some point, you know, again being friendly. At some point, you know, like this get actually a bit flirtatious, a tiny bit. Again, painting a very clear picture that this was like a friends with benefits connection. That's it. Not like a, you know, one with like where sexual assault did happen. It's not like that at all. No problem. You enjoy the connection. What else? Keep on going. Again, you know, for quick timeline, or that's just text message, whatever. Keep on scrolling. Cool. Hopefully, I'll see you in there. Obviously, you know, again, May 13, 2014. So the last time that happened, you know, the sexual assault, that was back in November. But even now up to May, they're still talking body. Oh, that's well. Wait, hold on. Is that the one? I don't believe so. That's not the one. I think we're getting close to like the next damning one that made very clear. Again, you know, for context. Oh, well, I want to see real quick. Oh, come on, please show it. It's further down. Again, for context, you know, Beckett interviewed. Let me just move my camera real quick. Beckett interviewed SaberSpark, and his side of things were, you know, that the hookups both times were very consensual. He didn't force anything on her. He was awkward a tiny bit, but that's really it. And that's backed up by this interaction in a second. And wait for it. Like, she even said, you know, that she enjoyed it. Pepsi, whatever. Bye. Like, I'm sorry, like, this really feels like a person that was, you know, friendly with SaberSpark, but now, in retrospect, turned sour against them. And I'm sorry, but like, this sex in particular was the most damning one that made it clear that nothing bad did happen back then. Because he says, right, EQLA, though November, was my favorite. Your favorite. Right, let's be very charitable, right? If this did happen, why would she say that after like 5 months to the perpetrator that was her favorite event? I have no idea why. You keep on going. And again, you know, in my opinion, I think what happened with Emily is that she lied. Like, she was praying to God that nobody could find this, like these DMs. Because if they did, they'll paint a very different picture, a very different story from what happened. And, you know, unfortunately for her, we get the 1 in a million chance where we did find it. It's so mind-blowing to me. I mean, thank God we have this, but like, I'm shocked that we even have it in the first place. Because it happened mainly on Skype, but, you know, for like a small stroke of chance, of luck, some DMs did happen on like his iPhone that he kept to this point and wasn't broken. Holy shit, dude. Keep on going. Yeah, even being friendly. Furthermore, of course, no worries. Smiley face. So was I good in bed? Oh, that as well. They even talked about, after like the first time it happened, about about their experience. So he asked, so was I good in bed? And she said, haha, I already told you the first time. Yes. There you fucking go. I'm sorry, but that sounds and seems like a hookup that went normally. Nothing bad happened. Holy shit. Just by these DMs alone, by these, couple of collections, it paints a much more different picture. A one that can be refuted. Because, like, what does Emily have on her side? All she has is an excuse being like, oh, I have no evidence because Skype, they lost all the DMs, the texts, that's it. But meanwhile, SaberSpark got really lucky with his fucking ancient iPhone. Holy shit. I think it ends on June, so we're coming up close. Oh, that's well. I think I'm not sure actually. I think these DMs forward get a bit flirtatious. I'll let you guys be the judge of it. We're saying, I'm lowly entertain me. They make some 69 jokes. There we go. Whatever. Keep on going. Under defined. Should have thought. Again, to repeat it for like the 10th time, this does feel like, a good connection. Like, she made it seem like in her testimony that she was the one to distance herself from him, even though right now, up to May, since November, they're still talking. Or at the very least, she's the one initiating conversations with him, on the phone. Holy shit. Keep on talking. Okay, I want to get you the part where they stop talking outright. No, so Saber ghosted her right after in June, I believe. It was so wild. Keep on talking. My god. Keep watching Doctor Who, whatever. There you go, fit nerds. I think I probably skip this part because the most damning DMs I saw were her saying EQLA was her favorite and how she complimented her about being good in bed. That was wild. Again, for quick timeline, May 31st. Keep on talking. My god, that was nearly it. I think that's it actually. There you go. And also, for context again, she said on June 1st, whoa, back up, now what did I do? Around that time, around the end of May and beginning of June, there was a different convention going on. They both attended, I believe actually. I don't think they met up, but they both went to it. And that's when Saber unfolded her, because he didn't like anymore, whatever. But yeah, this paints a better picture of what happened. They hooked up, it was purely consensual, but now over time, she became sour because he's unstable, whatever. Oh, and as well, someone's video, I'm not sure if Beckett had an interview with Emily, or if it was the one that Miss Enter had back when it happened, God knows when, but she literally admits outright that she came out with allegations after over 10 years because she saw Saber defend Black Griffin on Twitter, and that's it. So it wasn't because, she felt traumatized. No, she saw him defending this weird guy on Twitter, and that really pissed her off. And she came with these allegations. And bear in mind, she talked with Amy New at the time, and she convinced her, to take it with Jubong, and start this whole fucking blood feud from there. That's insane, dude. So these allegations only work if you only listen to Emily's side of the story, and that's it, with no proof. Because if you did look at the proof, it would seem pretty bad for her. It would make no sense at all. As well, as Big was talking to Emily, he was hinting at her that he had the DMs, but he didn't fully show it just yet. So her explanation for what happened, or for her talking with him for so long, it says right here, people pleasing is a strong, unhealthy habit I engaged with for years, and there were no exceptions to this, even when it came to engaging with people who have hurt me or put me in non-safe situations. So, her reason for talking with Saber for so long was because he was a people pleaser for that long. Fine, whatever, does it make sense? In my opinion, no it doesn't. But it gets even worse because later on, she actually retracts that fully in this video real quick, which she talks about it. Yeah, here goes this one. Reflection.
I have taken time to fully reflect on this entire situation, and it has been emotional and a very major challenge. It has really shined a spotlight on not only my understanding on how everything has happened since my first testimony being released, but also especially regarding how I have carried self-destructive habits with me into adulthood that I have clung onto since being a child.
Yeah, for a quick summary of this, she retracts everything. She wants, focus more time now to heal from it, from what happened and wants to become a better person. There you go. Holy. So even now, if you're like a diehard defender of Emily, or you really hate SaberSpark, I'm sorry, but even the victim herself has walked away from it. There you go. And the last thing I'll wrap up with this video is this part where it makes no sense. He explains how, over the past, but this is the part where Beckett showed the DMs that Saber pulled up from his ancient iPhone, which just says, if you can read it, over the last 7 years, I've slowly developed onset chronic migraine disease, which has affected my long and sometimes even short-term memory in regards to conversations I've had. So, for a quick summary again, he's saying right there, oh, I don't remember these. Therefore, I have no idea what I said, or if I was being positive with him. I have no idea. So even the victim herself, Emily, is saying outright, I don't remember these DMs. My memory is that bad, I don't remember anything at all. So even if you're a defender, how can you? Because her memory is so bad, quote unquote, that she can remember shit from back then. So can we really take her word from it? Because on one side we have SaberSpark, who's denying it and has DMs, and on the other you have somebody who wants to walk away from it and is blaming the onset migraine disease, which gives them really bad memory loss. There you go. In my opinion, I want to be honest. I think she's lying now. I think she was, praying to God that nobody could find his DMs. But we do have it now, and it paints a clearer picture of what happened. And after being confronted by Beckett, he wants to fall back on, her memory loss, and that's the reason why she doesn't remember at all. Even though in my opinion, I think she's lying again. So overall, I think it's insane that we got an update to this. However, I am grateful. Because nobody, I promise you, nobody would expect this from SaberSpark finding his old-ass iPhone with all the DMs. Because, that would paint the clearer picture, which it has. And now finally, even the most diehard defenders of Emily Jones, or the most diehard attackers of SaberSpark, now cannot get behind it. Because all the proof is right there. It's fucking over. So, if you want to attack SaberSpark, you can really now. Because the timeline is right there. We have the DMs. So I think safely now, the story is fully over. Because again, we have the DMs, and Emily has, fair enough, made a retraction of it. I think now, in the future, she wants to move past it. In my opinion, I think this whole allegation, this whole drama, is very shame her on her side, to be honest.
¿Te gusta ver vídeos divertidos de Azul?